How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
My purpose of being here is to get laughs. And if I don't get laughs, I swear I'll fucking jump. You guys are as sick as I am. I'm 78 years old, so I've been thinking about a bucket list. And my bucket list is odd, because I'm odd. The first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to dress up as a gorilla, run through a zoo, and scare the shit out of people. Second thing I'd like to do is be shot out of a cannon, nude. That way I don't burn my clothes. I went to the cemetery on Mother's Day, and I brought some flowers out there for my mother's grave. And there was an attendant out there, and I talked to him. He looked at me for a while and talked to me, and he asked me if I would be staying. I bought an alarm clock last week, and I put it in silent because I don't like being interrupted while I'm sleeping. I was at the bank last week, and I saw some gentleman next to me, and he gave the clerk, the teller, a note. And I said, hell no, not on my watch. So I spun around and I tackled that son of a bitch. I had no way of knowing that he couldn't speak. And I had no way of knowing that the paperwork that he gave the teller was a deposit slip. When I retired, I wanted to retire to do something. So I thought, well, I'm going to join a swim team. So I called this gentleman that was in charge of the swim team, and he says, Bill, I want you to come down to the river and talk to me tomorrow. So I did. I went down to the river and talked to him, and he says, I don't know you from Adam. I don't know if you can swim, if you can't swim. He says, what I want you to do is swim across the river. I said, okay. He says, the river is marked with buoys every 10 yards. So I said, okay. So I started to swim. I got exactly halfway. And I looked forward, and I knew I couldn't make it the rest of the way. So I turned around and swam back. I'm from Vallejo, California, and someone asked me if there was any famous people from Vallejo. Yes, there was. The Zodiac Killer and E40. I had my yearly physical last week, and the doctor said, Bill, you seem to be okay. I don't see too much wrong with you, but you do have early stage of rigor mortis. I bought I'm sorry, I forgot what the hell I bought. There you go. I knew that would work. No, I bought a pocket knife last week, and I told the people to keep the blades. That way I wouldn't hurt myself. At my age, the very important thing in my life is Social Security. So I've been going down to the Social Security office every day for a year. And I go down there just to fuck with them. I go down there just to see if I might have a check, see if they need a signature, just to say hi. So I wanted to be first the other day, so I was. I walked in, I was the only person in there. And I walked up to the lady at the counter, and first thing out of her mouth was, "You need to take a number." I said, "Take a number? I'm the only one here." She says, "Take a number." I got the light, so I gotta make this quick. So, I gotta cut this short, I'm sorry. So, anyhow, I sat down, and she said, 124. And I said, "Well, that must be my number." I didn't move. She says, 124. I stayed in my seat. She says, 124, and she's getting pissed off. So I go up to her, and I look at her, and I said, "You're a bitch." She knew it, and I knew it. That's all I got. Thank you.